Okay, I have what could be good or bad news regarding Fox News. Fox News, for the first time, has been selected to moderate a presidential debate. Yay or something, right? They did a bunch of the Republican primary debates. They did Democratic primary debates, but they have not previously done a national presidential debate. So the Presidential Debate Commission says Chris Wallace is our guy. He's the host of Fox News Sunday. He will moderate the third presidential debate scheduled for October 19th in Las Vegas. I will be in Las Vegas on October 19th, and we will see if we are able to do any sort of special coverage around that debate. So Chris Wallace appears on the program Media Buzz on Fox News to discuss what does it mean to you, Chris, that you've been personally selected to host a debate on Fox News and blah, 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 blah. Really a lot of blowing smoke, I guess is what I would call it. And Howard Kurtz, the host of this program, Media Buzz, asked Chris Wallace, what will you do when one of the candidates makes a claim, says something that you as a journalist know to be false? Good question from Howard Kurtz. Let's see how Chris Wallace answered it.
Well, I understand that. I think that's the right approach, not making it about you. On the other hand, there's a lot on your shoulders, both in terms of the question selection, but also as they go at it, let's say Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, what do you do if they make assertions that you know to be untrue?
That's not my job. I do not believe that it's my job to be a truth squad. It's up to the other person to catch them on that. I certainly am going to try to maintain some reasonable semblance of equal time. If one of them is filibustering, I'm going to try to break in respectfully and give the other person a chance to talk. But I really want it to be about them engage. I want it to be as much of a debate. People often talk that it's...
This is interesting, right? Because on the one hand, it's true generally. The moderator is there to moderate. And you'll remember CNN's Candy Crowley was sort of destroyed by some on the right when she tried to interject just some basic facts during a 2012 debate between Mitt Romney and President Barack Obama. And whether the criticisms were fair or not, there's no doubt that when the moderator attempts to do any kind of fact checking, there is a critique there. On the other hand, we have a candidate in Donald Trump whose entire campaign has been based on lying and deceiving, taking every position on every issue. And the idea that because there's going to be equal time, there's no way Hillary Clinton could possibly even deal with all the lies. And it may be defensible to say, well, the moderator can impose just some connection to reality. There's actually a debate technique called the Gish Gallop. And what this basically means, and you can look this up online and read about it, is you throw out so much stuff where your opponent could not possibly refute all of it, even if it all warrants being refuted. And it can create the perception, particularly in the exact same type of nativist, xenophobic, low information voters that support Donald Trump, that Donald Trump has gotten one over on Hillary Clinton. The other background on this, if we want to look at the associations, is that Chris Wallace is known to have a close personal relationship to Roger Ailes, in addition to professional ties, obviously. Roger Ailes was Chris Wallace's boss up until a few weeks ago when Roger Ailes had to resign in shame, but luckily with $40 million as his golden parachute from Fox News for allegedly sexually harassing 20 women. Roger Ailes now is advising Donald Trump, and it appears it's not a formal advising relationship. It may be informal, but Ailes was on Trump's plane, and he's clearly part of his inner circle. The "it's not my job" thing becomes a little murky because we're talking about a news organization here. Ideally, you would be finding truth and presenting facts. Why even have Chris Wallace moderate if he's not going to be able to do anything? You could get a high school debate teacher and tell him to just click a stopwatch and keep time. If really they're just keeping time, you can set up, I hate to break it to you, Fox News, technology can be set up so that mic volume is controlled by a timer. And when time has elapsed, the mic automatically goes off. And if you really are having the moderator there only to keep time, you actually don't need them. And that's why, although at its face, hey, I'm not a truth squad, I'm there just to keep time, If you're just there to keep time, we don't need you, Chris. I hate to break it to you. Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees. And our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.